Hi guys and welcome back to another video on the wrestling review of the annual, and tonight I'm going to break down what I thought of the Kevin Owens CM Punk match on Smackdown. Now, unlike the Bill Wakeman Raw match, this delivered. Um, but before we get into that, guys, just like to apologize for snapping at Sean in a message. I was stressed out with a situation earlier, and I shouldn't have taken it out on him. So shout out to Sean, and appreciate everything you've done for his channel. Um, but any case, guys, let's get into this topic. So CM Punk and Kevin Owens had an absolute banger of a match. Those lines, etc. Punk was even healing on the crowd, saying that the Maple Leafs haven't won on anything since 1967. So why but all of that good stuff off closely and success, extra ref bump, you name it. And this match had everything. Kevin Owens hitting a frog splash on the Punk through the announce table. Extra then hitting a swanton bomb. Punk hit the GETS a couple of times. The final ref but allowed Sami Zayn to come out. He posts CM Punk um into the ring, post he pushes and then he tries to give tries to give Kevin Owens a bit help to hit CM Punk if in order to win the championship. Kevin Owens said, "No, I'm not doing it that way." So Sami then hits Owens with the belt and allows Punk to hit a final GTS for the pin. For Punk is still sort of healing it up in the corner after the match, but Zayn takes him out and he retakes out Owens, and Sami Zayn is left standing tall with the WWE title. In the back, earlier on in the night, Sami Zayn was protesting why is Kevin Owens getting a shot? I should be owed a an on shot after um after Andy Orton after Andy Orton cost me the chance to have a number 1 contenders match with Cody Rhodes. So again, it's going into this sort of in the heel phase for Sami Zayn. He's beginning to sound more and more like X-Pac from 2000 guys. But in any case, this is where I think it's leading. I think it's leading to another triple threat match at Sunday night's main event. Now, Sami Sami Zayn is clearly now a heel because he's basically attacked the returning Kevin Owens, who is, by all intents of purposes, a babyface now. You've got CM Punk, who was kind of in the role of heel last night, given the fact it was in Owens' home country, because it was in Toronto, Canada. And yes, Kevin Owens as a Quebec native, um, but Smackdown was in Toronto, so I guess technically you could still class that as home advantage, and the crowd were solidly in favour of Kevin Owens. You did actually get a brief sort of cheer when Zayn attacked Punk after the match, being that Sami Zayn is also um, Canadian Syrian, I believe. But yeah, he briefly gets a cheer after attacking Punk after the match, but then he really is out owns and stands tall with the championship. Sami Zayn is becoming like a detestable heel. He has been heeling on Cody Rhodes for a while, calling him the Golden Boy. He did hold the WWE Championship, but briefly. He did pin Cody Rhodes at Night of Champions, but then he lost it 7 or 8 days later to CM Punk in Chicago. And I do think storyline wise, he was desperate to help Kevin Owens um, screw CM Punk out the title, but Owens wanted to beat Punk fair and square because of the personal behind the scenes history between the two. And yes, they do hate each other in real life. Punk and Owens the match itself, I thought, was a match of the year candidate, just in terms of the near falls and the drama and those clotheslines to start from Kevin Owens were impactful pieces of wrestling. Um, maneuvers and stuff. And yeah, and I did like the fact that Punk was sort of healing up against the Canadian backdrop last night. And if you don't know anything about NHL hockey, CM Punk is a Chicago Blackhawks fan, so there's that original six sort of rivalry. The original six were based up of were based up of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Chicago Blackhawks, the New York Rangers, Boston Bruins, and I think the Quebec Nordics, who are now the Colorado Avalanche. So there's that sort of original ice hockey NHL rivalry, and CM Punk is a master at getting the crowd to detest him. You saw that out in the straight edge um society stuff and the stuff later on when he turned heel on the Rock at Raw 1000. Um, so yeah, he's well versed in getting the crowd to hate him, and he's good at manipulating that reaction, as is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, by the way, and they need to do it. But Sami Zayn now has kind of inserted himself into this feud, and I think now this is going to be a triple threat at Sunday night's main event. You've got Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton um, that'll probably be a de facto number 1 contenders match. That's also that that is being confirmed, but are still waiting on confirmation of the triple threat WWE um, championship match for Sunday night's main event. I think that would be a sensible way to go. Sami Zayn though is kind of hamming up this. Is kind of doing the best job he can with the whole heel sort of I'm a good guy sort of whiny attitude. He's got the justice for Sami Zayn shirts. The shirt is emblazoned with justice for Sami Zayn. You've got the fact that it wasn't a clean, decisive victory for CM Punk. He'll be back to the babyface sort of Punk now. I think that was a one night only thing because it was based in Chicago. It was based in Toronto. Sorry, it was more heelish. So logically, he would actually tend to switch it up there. Kevin Owens, who has been on a bit of a hot streak since coming back, the promos he and Punk had before this title match, the victory in the four-way at SummerSlam. So everything's kind of fallen into place on SmackDown, and SmackDown's becoming a more compelling show to watch. I think getting at the road to the org from the creative team was a stroke of genius because road to org is a bit of a rocket to be honest with you. He doesn't know his arse from his elbow. He was a very popular sort of component of the Attitude Era, but as time went on, and he sort of migrated back over into the creative side after him and Billy Gunn's short last run in 2014 as the New Age Outlaws. Um, he kind of he migrated into more the creative side, and he did come across as a dingbat with sessions with JBL when he was one of the guests, and that was a worth it is of a show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that was in the old WWE network days. As you know, guys, I was a subscriber to that, and I tuned into some of those episodes. JBL is a boring fuck in his own right, and yeah, rode all over the years, kinda plateaued Smackdown into a steaming pile of shite creatively. Um, but since he's been disposed of and dispensed of from the create from SmackDown has picked up the pace a bit more. Um, so, oh yeah, and like this whole sort of thing with the WWE Championship, I'm enjoying. It's a lot better than the Roman Reigns sort of sort of bloodline um sort of well a line 3.0 sort of era, because right now it reminds me of the WCW and WLE reunification and WCW, or Raw actually. It reminds me of a lot of 98 Nitro in terms of the main event and scene where they were where they were so um they were so still on track minded on the NWO Raws like that with if the well on the line at the moment. So yes, this is where I see this WWE title situation heading. You've got the likes of Gunther or and Finn Balor as well, who probably is will enter off into a few because both will want to stake their claim into WWE title shot, and it's a far more compelling title picture than the World Heavyweight Championship over on Raw. And because you know that LA Knight's just going to get fed to Roman Reigns, unfortunately. And yeah, that still pisses me off. You've still get the um, you've still get the whole Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton storyline. I still predict that Stratton will turn heel on Chelsea Green. You've got JC Jane, who's the women's US champion. Maybe it would be nice if Paige got a shot against her, but she's still got the whole sort of Nikki Bella and Brie Bella stuff to deal with. But yeah, that is but yeah, that's cool. We have Jane as a Women's United States champion. You've got Annie Reid and Fallon Henley, who are the other two members of Fatal Influence, along with Tracy Jane, or is Ethan Henley, on the women's tag team champions. Because for those that don't know, all there's women's tag team championships now. It just makes for a compelling. It just makes for a compelling time at the moment. So that's where I think. So that's where I think it will end up, guys. I really did enjoy the match between Owens and CM Punk. Every move they hit, whether it be CM Punk's Bulldog, Kevin Owens' frog splash and stunner, every move was hit with a bit more hostile. And even though the two guys hate each other's guts, backstage, they did pull off a pretty good match, and the issues unresolved due to the Sami Zayn interference. But as I've said, I think this will be resolved in a triple threat match at Sunday night's main event. I was actually rooting for Kevin Owens last night to actually get the victory because the guy deserves it after being out 18 months with an injury. The stuff before he got injured that he was doing with Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn was some of the best of from the past um further on the past so or 18 months as they had the feud with Rhodes where he stole the and Eagle championship that was gifted a Rhodes for one night after the um for Saturday night's main event. They did the ladder match at the Royal Rumble where you had to pull the both championships. That was good. Then you had the 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 and you had the unsanctioned match between him and Sami Zayn, another war, um, and then Kevin Owens kind of went off to like rehab his neck, and he's back now on top form, and that match was pretty sensational actually, and I was rooting for him last night to take the belt because I'll be honest, guys, that injury he suffered was dodgy as all hell, and I'm so happy that I get to see one of my favourite guys back on my TV wrestling, because there was a point where I thought, right, he's not going to be able to wrestle again, and I might have been wrong with the 18 on time scale, but you know what I mean, yeah. Eyes maths isn't really my strong point. I'm just here giving my opinion on professional wrestling. I actually seen him wrestle live on the Smackdown before Clash at the Castle, and he is a fun performer to watch. And it's been 10 years since he's held a main world title, even although when he held the world title on the Raw, or it was still called the Universal Championship. Yes, the big hideous red belt, which I'm not going to tell you what I think that looks like because um because I'll get banned from YouTube for telling you what I think that kill or a red look like. But yeah, he held it until Goldberg squashed him in that pointless match, and since he hasn't held um he hasn't held to the belt, but yeah, that's where I think that this is heading, guys. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and this is why I think this match has been um as a match of the year candidate. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon on the channel for another video. Probably see you Monday. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, comment down below. And I'll see you over very soon for another video. And like I said at the top of the video, again, apologies to Sean for earlier. Wasn't really wasn't really in the best moods, but if you catch this video, Sean, I have apologized to you privately. I don't want to get into this situation here, obviously. Wasn't really in a good mood at that point in time. Um, but yeah, I've apologized to you privately. Yeah, and so any case, guys, if you like what I do here on the channel, share the channel, share the videos, hit the thumbs up, and hit the thumbs up button on the channel, hit the bell to be notified of any new videos, and I'll see you over very soon. Guys, so like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you over very soon for another video. Thanks for watching, and yeah, that was a pretty good match between Owens and Punk. Hopefully, that's not the end of it, given the finish, and yeah, let's see what comes from it, guys. Until then, stay safe.